11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. We come to you live every day at noon Eastern. That's 9 Pacific for about an hour each day. We talk about 3 gun-related topics each day. We choose those on Monday, so if you'd like to help create the show, join us on Monday when we pick the topics for the week. We run it live on YouTube and simulcast it over on gunchannels.com, where we're watching the comments from people that are watching our show live. We appreciate the people that watch it live and the people that watch it after the fact. We'll post the best of audios over on iTunes as a podcast. It's up on YouTube, of course, and then we leave it on Gun Channels overnight. So all the people that watch after that leave us thumbs up, they leave a comment on the video. All those interactions with the various platforms help the shows to get recommended to more listeners. And that's one of our goals. So we appreciate everybody that does that for us. We have hosts. 3 of us are here today. We got Bob jumping in from Canada. Thanks for joining.
Hey, glad to be here.
Got Jimmy running the show up in Phoenix, as always.
Hey, very good to be here. Thanks.
And I'm down here in Tucson right now. So we are on, where did my thing go? We are on episode 445. I don't know if that's a caliber or not.
It sounds like it should be.
It kind of sounds like it could be like off a TV or movie gun caliber. Oh, that's a 445 maximum or something. Anyway, we're going to be talking about mouse guns today, or else that's moose guns spelled wrong. And then we'll be talking about the gun biz. Should ranges charge a special fee to people to teach permit classes based on a class or person, the number of people attending maybe? And then we have an alternative gun topic, which looks to be empty. So we're missing a gun topic or it was stolen. Anyway, before we dig into all that and our normal stuff for the day, we usually take a break at the beginning. So if anything happened overnight that's worth talking about. Any adventures yesterday?
Yeah, Atlas had a pretty good chat last night. It was a good conversation, conspiracy conversation.
Is that the 9/11 show?
Yeah. Well, it bled into other conspiracies, but yeah, it was mainly the whole 9/11 thing.
Yeah, I watched a little bit, but then my tinfoil hat fell off and I couldn't watch anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I watched some of that Gun News Network. That was actually, it was aggravating, the video itself, but it was a pretty good show last night. And then I got involved in some home stuff and kind of missed Clover, so everything else was pretty good though.
Well, Clover's was good. He had they had Marco on doing a thing on Instagram, how to work Instagram, so it was kind of handy.
Oh yeah, well yeah, his Thursday chats are always really informative. I try to catch those every time I can, every chance I get.
Sounds like he got a deer. I think he was telling us about that yesterday in the chat.
Oh, that's cool. Angry out there was saying 445 Super Mag. I don't know if that's a real thing or not.
I don't know. It should be just from the sound of it, but
yeah, it sounds legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Super Mag is I don't know. It opened up Wikipedia here.
I thought it was just 45 Super Mag.
No, 445 Super Mag, based on the 44 Magnum cartridge. A revolver designed for the 445 Super Mag can fire the shorter 44 Magnum, 44 Special, and 44 Russian. So it's based on the 44 Magnum, but it's bigger, and it can handle the Magnum, Special, and Russian. So it's a real thing. Bob didn't do any research, so our gun of the day is probably not it.
No, it's not.
Oh, well.
I never think of using the show number for right. Start trying to do that, but if I remember.
Right. Well, so that was about all of our adventures last night, I guess.
Yeah, that's about it for me.
Mouse guns, gun tech, mouse guns. I'm all about them.
I think they're awesome. Yeah, I love them.
What's a mouse gun?
Tiniest gun.
I think that'd be kind of silly then. Guns are supposed to be guns, not little tiny guns. It's like having little tiny calibers like 223 or something.
Yeah, so you can't have toy cars either. You can't have little cars. Only can have trucks, utilitarian vehicles, comrade. Resources of the people should not be wasted on toys for the elitists.
Well, that's true, you know.
No, I like them, and they do have. I mean, they have their practical little niche that they fill. I mean, I look at them things as like having a knife. So, you know, it'll be super close range, something to use in defensive anyway. But I mean, they're cool little things to collect too. And most little guns are fairly affordable. I mean,
Nah, if it doesn't have a 4-inch barrel, it's just too small. It's got nothing to do with the fact I can't have anything with less than a 4-inch barrel. So yeah, no, it's just that I think they're too small.
yeah, it just sounds like there's a small bias coming from the Canada side here, just a little bit.
But anyway, they're awesome. You can get them cheap, and they're fun to shoot. They're just not all that useful, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's a small little niche that they fill, but I think they're cool. And I like the fact that they take all the, I mean, look at the mini revolvers, just for example. They take something that's on a large scale and, you know, super tiny, itty bitty mechanical things. And I think they're neat. I don't know. I like mouse guns.
Well, they make a nice like jewelry for maybe a charm bracelet for your girlfriend.
Well, like a Bauer?
Yeah, you know, you could have like a Bauer and a little tiny Walther and maybe a couple of those little revolvers.
Maybe a tiny revolver, 22 short or something, but no, Bauer is huge. You never put that on the jewelry. You're being ridiculous.
Not if you got, I mean, if you have big giant hands, according to Dano, like some people, women do. I guess you could. Just saying.
All right, well, so I think they're neat, and I don't know, we don't have any of the feature or whatever, so we're not getting any comments out there about mouse guns.
Angry says he loves mouse guns. About it.
Yeah, and that Bob is biased because he hates everything he doesn't own already or can't own.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
Philo loves mouse guns. Just got one in my pocket when I go throw out the trash at night. 380.
You have to be careful you didn't throw the gun out with the trash, though.
Angry saying best mouse gun caliber? Question mark.
Biggest one you can find?
25 ACP is the coolest one.
That's his coolest one. Heavy was saying 9mm nowadays. Rick have a 19 or a North American Arms 22 Magnum. There you go.
I still don't like the idea of arming mice.
Patriot over on the YouTube is saying he likes to collect them in 32 ACP. I think that's kind of a cool caliber too.
Yeah, like a 9mm short.
Real short. It all starts looking like a real bullet already, though.
Yeah.
25 looks kind of goofy. The 32 starts looking like the tiny 9mm.
True that.
There's just not that many in 32, really. And it seems like the frames get a little bit bigger. Like they start to dumb down a 380 frame as opposed to beefing up a 25 frame. I have a 25 ACP revolver from France, made in Paris.
See, now that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's little, and then 25 ACP, so a little bit more than a 22, and then center fire, so more reliable than a 22.
So now, is that cut out for moon clips, or is it just the cylinder cut a certain way?
It just had space off the front of the case.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now, don't they make a 9mm short that's not a 380? I thought there was a 9mm short.
You mean like Makarov?
Nines, yeah. There's Makarov, and then there's probably a, what is it, 919? So there's probably a 17, an 18, and a 16. Maybe
Well, 17 is 380. 9x17 is 380. I don't know about it.
15.
No, I thought there was an old 9mm that, or maybe that's maybe I'm thinking of that Italian one. There was like the same size cartridge, but a lot less power. Anyway. Well, I guess the 380 would be then short. And we just lost Jimmy. Oh.
Well, I just went to the Wikipedia for 9mm, and they start with 380. So maybe that 380 is the smallest one.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got 380, which is what, 3x17. Then you got 9x18 Ultra 9mm Glisenti, which is 9x 9.9, so 9x10.
Yeah.
No, 9x18, and then you get just under, I guess. So it must be close to Parabellum, because then you got Parabellum at 9x19, then you got SIG. They put SIG in the list. Then you get 9mm Browning Long, which is 9x20. Then you get 9x21. Then you get 9x21 Garza. You get 9x23 Largo, 9x23 Steyr. Then you get 9x23 Bergman. You get 9x25 Mauser, 9x25 Dillon, 9mm Winchester Magnum, which is 9x29. Holy shit, 9x30 almost. Then you get 356 TSW, which is 9mm by 21.5. They say 380 is 9x22 somehow. Oh, 380 auto? 38 auto. Okay, 38 auto, not 380. 38 ACP is 9x23. Then you get 38 Super, 9x23, and then 9x23 Winchester, 9x18 Makarov, and then a couple even more than that. Then you get into revolver cartridges. You get 9mm Federal, 9mm Japanese, a whole bunch of 38s, 357s. You get into rifle cartridges. 9mm is basically 30 cal, so everything 35, 9, 375, 30s are all pretty much close to the same thing.
Well, you learn something every day.
Jimmy back in?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
We had to talk about 9mm the whole time you're gone.
Sorry. I won't make you do that again, I promise.
G's feeling a little sick to his stomach right now. We've got to watch too. You say 9mm too many times and Dano pops in.
Yeah.
All right. So
well, I guess we solved this one.
I'm pretty sure we solved most guns. I think the whole idea of arming mice is just horrendous. I mean, think of the cats.
Think of the rats. Rats come around and beat up on them in numbers. And mice are going to have to defend themselves. You don't want something to equal the playing field.
Yeah, but you know that mouse is then going to turn that gun on that poor cat that's just trying to eat. Unless they work out a deal with the cats where they wound the rat and then the cat can eat the rat. That could work.
Yeah,
I'm
if
sure
the mouse eats a rat, then the cat can eat the rat. Leave the mouse alone.
Yeah, they could work that out. Because I've seen like documentaries by Disney where cats and mice get along fine. It's the rats that are the bad guys.
All right, so that'll take us into the gun biz. But before we do that, we usually take a break and feature one of the members over at Gun Channels between the first and second segment each day. And today we're featuring Good Guy. So he hasn't been around for a while, but I'm trying to weave in some of the people that haven't been around for a while into the featured people. Anyway, he was an MP, the military. I think he served in Korea, the army, and then got out. Or was it Okinawa? I forget. And then came over here and moved to Arizona. I don't know if he grew up here or not. And then was in Gun Channels for quite a while, a couple of years, doing all kinds of interesting stuff, building computers and stuff, and then gaming with those guys, and then reloading for a while, and then pouring his own lead and finding his own lead, sourcing his own lead.
Mm-hmm.
Then started bending PVC pipe into holsters for a while, and then went off to pursue other hobbies, I guess.
Yeah, Good Guy was a good guy.
Yeah,
I did enjoy
that for a while.
Yeah.
I never met him. Was he the guy that had that coyote in his fender or something like that, or in his grill or something? Or was that somebody else?
No, that was him. He picked up a coyote on the road driving home on a live chat one night.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I heard about him. I never met him before.
I still say that coyote had a collar on. But no, Good Guy was a heck of a nice guy, and I picked on him mercilessly, but so did Yankee, so it wasn't all my fault.
Yankee wailed on him. That was when Yankee was still hanging out in chats all the time, and he did not let up on Good Guy.
Oh God, no. And he would make memes up, and yeah, he was always picking on Good Guy, and I was inadvertently interrupting him. Yeah. Well, started out inadvertently, and then I started doing it on purpose because he'd get so mad.
Anyway, he met up with people a couple of times. We went shooting. He met up with Haas when he was here one time. So a good guy, like Bob said. Brought a lot to the table, and I guess he just got sick of the way it was hanging. It was kind of boring there for a while on Gun Channels too.
Yeah.
Like for the second year there for a little bit.
Yeah, everybody was trying to kind of find their niche, and I think it might just be he just went off on his own stuff, right? Because he just kind of I don't think he just dropped out suddenly. He got less and less. He would come less and less, and then just one day
he wasn't into guns anymore. He started getting into computers again. He got out less into guns and reloading and stuff. So there was, he went at it with people making videos about computer games or something. Yeah,
I think you're right there. Because computer stuff. There's a few Gun Channels guys who were really into that stuff. So.
And then some crazy guy from Canada threatened to park on his driveway, and then at that point we never heard from him again.
Yeah. I kept asking him, "Do you have a sewer drain right out front of your house so I got somewhere to run my my sewer hose?"
I shit a lot.
I got to empty the tank fairly often.
Just have a direct line straight to the sewer or into the gutter. The gutter will work.
Oh yeah.
As long as there's water flowing, you got water flowing a lot. Right? All right, so that was Good Guy, and if you remember Good Guy, I don't know, send the word out to him that it's our 4th anniversary, so stop by. Say hello to everybody, see who's new, and collect his badges. Probably got a whole bunch of badges over there from, being here since the beginning of the place. Really, I'm sure he was one of the first 25.
I think so.
All right, so that'll take us to the gun biz. Should ranges charge a special fee to people who teach permit classes based on classes or per person attended? So I think that's Dano again, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they should. If nothing else, they should get some kind of discount, because they are going to be taking up the range's resources unless they can pick a time when the range is traditionally dead, and that's when they have their class. But yeah, they should get some kind of deal.
Now, when you say per person attending, would you take that like, you mean if you go by yourself or if you go in a group? Yeah, I think you get a discount if you go in a group, a big group. If it's 2 or 3 of you. Did I drop? Oh,
No, no, you're still here. Yeah, I think so. Now we're just waiting. What do you think, G? Should they get a discount? Be the perfect time to play a commercial.
yeah. Probably should have had that loaded up, right?
Yeah. Need a soundboard.
Hey,
But-
speaking of which, I got it pulled up.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Let me pause that though, real quick.
Put it closer to the mic.
Gun Channels is a community focused on firearms, built by shooters, for shooters, filled with fun, friends, and firearms.
Ah, that's cool, man. Gotta keep
That wasn't out of place at all or anything. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
It's up to our professional standards.
Yeah.
Duct tape that on there. Keep moving.
All right.
All right.
All right. So what, have we settled this? Yes, they should get a discount.
I'm looking at the comments right now. Not really much coming in.
So should they charge a special fee? Yeah, they usually charge them something different. And I don't know, whenever we do class, when I was teaching them still, we could have 12 people there and take 2 lanes, and we'd be there for maybe half an hour. So you can pretty much accommodate a couple of classes if you had to. The worst part of it is there's extra people sitting around behind the firing line who aren't shooting. You know, so if you've got 12 people there, depending on if it's an indoor and outdoor range, you might only bring 6 people up to the lines or whatever, and you're going to need 2 lanes, maybe 2 instructors, 1 person doing the far target, 1 person doing the close target, and then you just rotate people through. And you know, it takes a little time for them to open up their gun and load it and shoot, especially if they're new and inexperienced. Then put their thing away, go to the next stage, and then or the next lane and do the shoot again, and then put their stuff away and go sit down and wait again. But you know, what does it take, half an hour or something to go through? And if it's an indoor, there is no, you know, timeouts or anything. If it's an outdoor range and they do ceasefires to change targets, then you know, it might take a couple of sessions or whatever, fire sessions for everybody, but you're usually in and out. So it's not like it's a burden on the ranger.
Yeah. I mean, we got Philo out there is saying that his ranges are barely making it, so they can't really afford a discount. But I think that's not really true. If you got a class there, I mean, you got to think that people who are maybe going to their first firearms class or something like that, well, they're going to be way more comfortable coming back to a range that they've been to before, that they're more comfortable with. So in a way, it's good for the range. Like if the range is thinking at all, like, you know, probably half the people who take a class there are going to go, well, I need to practice. What range should I go to? Oh, that one I had the class in because I know what the range is like. I know what the people kind of, you know. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I can't imagine any of them charge more. They're all, like you're saying, they know that those are the customers. But usually they're paying the instructor is paying for, like, you know, a full class probably, even if the full class doesn't show up. So they're probably making their money as a range. All right, so I guess we can move on then. There's not much else to say about it. We can help solve the gun biz next week again. That'll take us into this. And what is this? Oh, this is just a link to the Hangout. So we'll get into the alternative gun topic, which is blank right now. So we'll have to come up with something for that. All right. So What do we want to do next?
You know, we could talk about the gun of the day.
Go ahead.
Because it's not the 445 Super Mag. It's the SVT-40. Because they're just a cool gun. And I was just watching a video on it, so. So it's Tokarev design, and it was actually designed pre-World War II. And was going to be the issue gun for the Russians. Problem, of course, is they originally thought it was going to be something they could run full auto as well as semi-auto, and it literally shook the guns apart. 7.62 by 5.4 round is pretty stout. So part of the problem was, of course, you know, the guns, if you use them full auto, they were having all kinds of problems. Stocks were even cracking and stuff, and just wasn't working out. So they switched them all to semi-auto. But then World War II came along, and they didn't have enough of them to field for the whole army, as well as with a conscript army. The SVT-40 was a little more complicated to clean and to maintain. So they were finding that it wasn't working out that well. So they went back to the old tried and true Mosin and started issuing, which they already had thousands and thousands of them. So they just started issuing them again. And some units did get the SVT-40. They tried it with a sniper scope. Most of the snipers preferred the bolt action Mosin. Apparently the SVT-40 had a bit of its first round would be a little off. And nobody really had anything and nobody really thought about a designated marksman's rifle, which is what it really worked as well as. So, yeah, it was never popular, although it was still issued, and they made lots of them. So anyway, the war going on, yeah, it tended not, it didn't become the replacement to the Mosin, but still a very good rifle. I really like mine. It's a good shooting gun, perfectly reliable, magazine fed, so that's kind of neat. 10-round magazine as well. And they weren't, of course, you know, they didn't issue a bunch of magazines with them. They issued you could use the Mosin stripper clip. So, but yeah, that's our gun of the day. I think it's kind of cool. What do you guys think of it? I'm sure you've both shot them and seen them.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely a fun gun to shoot a fun round.
Well, nice and cheap round.
Cheap round, but expensive gun.
Yeah, I guess your guns, guns up there are expensive, but so kind of a bummer. It'd be nice when you guys can start importing Russian guns again, because there's tons of these things out there. I think I paid $289 for mine.
Damn. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah, mine's a 43 issue, so it's probably saw combat. But of course, Arsenal refinish, so it's got the purple bolt, and numbers don't match anymore. But still, functions fine. I'd love to get a scope for one, but the scopes are like $1,400. Even the replicas are stupid expensive.
Really?
Yeah. Up here, anyway. Might be an idea is to look for one down there. Next time I'm down. Maybe at some big giant gun show like Wanheimer.
Wanheimer.
Cool. So yeah, that was the gun of the day.
Yeah. Interesting firearm. And, you know, it just goes to show the Russians were not, well, at least when it came to firearms, they were fairly advanced a lot of times.
All right.
So a gun that beats itself apart is advanced?
In full auto fire. Like, look what happened. Let's see, what was the gun that the U.S. issued that they had a big problem with full auto fire? That'd be the M14, which wasn't issued until what, the 60s?
Yeah, look at that. Look at look how he's being so gleeful. Situation.
Getting red and everything.
With the perceived situation with the U.S. firearm, there's nothing wrong with that firearm, as I recall. It's just that it wasn't the one opportune for shooting through what they were shooting through at the now.
Well, no, people didn't like it because it beat the shit out of you when you fired it full auto. You couldn't control it. Same problems with the SVT.
Please.
And
the gun didn't beat itself apart. It was too much gun for an individual, maybe, but that doesn't mean the gun beat itself apart.
Well, we don't know because nobody could fire it full auto.
Please. I'm not going to. So I guess that'll take us into. Do we have an alternative gun topic?
We had some people suggesting. Where did this Friday?
Happy Friday.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Best guns for camping, Angry says.
About triggers, how light is too light? Or what did you say? Best guns for camping? We'll take triggers and push that off till next week then.
Okay. Yeah. How light's too light? I don't know.
No, we'll push that one off. So what was the one you said?
Well, the other one was camping. Best guns for camping.
Something, I don't know. I mean, when I've gone camping, I haven't gone anytime recently or anything like that. But I have my carry pistol with me, and then usually something smaller in my bag, like a breakdown shotgun or something like that. But I don't bring a bunch of stuff with me. Got the rifle in the car, but I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for camping. Yeah, where I camp, 12 gauge. Just because you need something that's gonna handle a bear if you have to.
So by handle the bear, you're gonna like shoot a bird out of the sky and then offer it to the bear so he doesn't eat you?
I'm gonna use a slug and I'm gonna make the bear go lie down and go to sleep.
Or get angrier than it's ever been.
Yeah, slugs like, well, I'm talking not grizzlies or polar bears. I'm talking just little bears like black bears and brown bears. So nothing more than 600-700 pounds. Yeah, we're not talking those monster 2,000-pound Kodiaks. So I think shotgun. What you like 22s though for camping, don't you? You were saying they're fun to take.
Just to play with, yeah. I'd say little 22s, those little 22 bolt actions. Those are fun. They take all day to shoot a bunch out of them. They slow you down.
I mean, they're fun if you're somewhere where you can just sit and plink with a 22. Yeah, that's great.
If you had a what do you call it? A suppressor for one. I think that could be pretty fun.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, suppressors would be neat. Hey, once suppressors are legal, you'll be able to make your own, right?
What? Oh, I see. Once you said once they're legal.
No, once
off the registry.
Yeah, once they don't need to be registered anymore and they're legal to buy without any paperwork, you'd be able to make your own then, right?
I would imagine, yeah.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Now you're talking about ghost silencers? I don't know.
Would anybody even know they're quiet? If the suppressor isn't registered, does it even make a noise?
That's true, yeah.
If you're all alone in the forest with a suppressor that isn't even registered, does it make a noise?
Does anyone hear it scream?
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be interesting. Well, that's going to be the thing, is that'll be the next newest thing once they're legal, is people are going to be making their own suppressors out of, pop bottles and flashlights,
It'll definitely be a boost invigorate the industry a little bit, as guns get rid of barrels and integrally suppress things. Plus, I would think there's got to be ways to play with friction and gases that, if you're not worried about lowering decibel, if the lowering decibel is a side effect of retaining gases for something else, for some new kind of action or for some new operation or new device, then you don't have to worry about it accidentally reducing the sound. Then that should allow new stuff to be developed, right?
Should.
What if you took like a bladder, like how when a frog rivet, it's the bottom of its mouth expands into a little pouch or whatever, a bubble, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like blows a bubble with the bottom of the mouth.
You're talking about using a frog for a suppressor?
No, but I'm talking about using a membrane that can take the gases and push them into something like that. And so that now there's no sound coming out the front, but there's no complicated can or baffle system. Instead, the pressure all goes into a bladder like that. And then what if that cycles your action? The release of that with the dwell and everything cycles your action. So now you just have this like diaphragm up front that's underneath your handguard or something that expands. It doesn't need to come out like a frog or nothing, but I'm just saying, what if there's some way to use materials to harness the action and harness the gases expanding, and then push them into a physical force in a different way. We've got
I'm just thinking the image of every time you fire this kind of balloon thing on the front of your gun going and then squeezing back in, and then you kind of hear this fart coming out the action as it cycles.
That's not what I'm talking about, Bill, but I'm talking about maybe a material that has the ability to take some elasticity. So like two recoil, or like now you have, like on an AK, you have a recoil sprint, or the operating rod going through some channels, or like an AR-180, two of them. What if you kind of a material that could expand a little bit? I don't know. And then, if no one bothered with that because it would suppress it, then it would be technically a suppressor. There'd be no reason to develop that tech. But I'm saying now, if there's no consequence to decibel reduction, there might be some development to be made.
That's a neat idea, actually. Yeah, it'd be almost like
hydraulic, that it could just flex a little bit, take a little bit of distortion, from the pressure, and then push that in. Yeah.
That's a neat idea, like almost like a pneumatic piston. But
yeah, there you go. Maybe it's something as simple as that. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong thing, like not elastic, but just moving piston. Yeah.
A volume of air. Yeah. And then the air, because air doesn't compress. Yeah, air doesn't compress. So as long as whatever you're pushing the air into can push back after it's, the pressure goes down as the bullet leaves the barrel, then it would allow the membrane or whatever it was to push back, which would then cycle your action. That's neat. I don't know. Has anybody ever done that? It seems like something somebody would come up with, like, I don't know if you're right, if it wouldn't suppress it, so that's why they didn't go well.
All it would have to do is reduce the decibels by a couple, and then it would be a decibel reducer, and they would not legally be able to pursue it as a non-FA item, right? So I don't know if people have ever played with that or not. Anyway, so theory.
Yeah, interesting theory for someone.
So that was our alternative topic, I guess.
Yep. That was it. It was actually about camping guns and turned into something about suppressors, and then into alternative recoil actions.
Did someone say decibels?
Decibels?
Decibels.
Yeah. Everybody knows what that stuff means. Time to crack them knuckles, whip out them keyboards. We need your eyes for this one. It is a visual quiz, but daily tactical pop quiz nonetheless. So let me get over here real quick and share. I know I said I was going to do something special this time, but I didn't because I couldn't. I couldn't find anything that I was trying to do next week. But this one is not just as good, but it's good. So what's that? What's this?
There's a big hint there already.
Yeah.
Nobody gets that. It's yeah. Oh. Angry says Heavy can get it because he's home today.
I just mean Angry's handing Heavy in.
Angry just got it. Angry just got it. Oh, Philo.
You see
Right
that?
behind him. Yep.
Seconds after Angry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, let me
Yep.
get this here. There you go.
Philo, you were within like half a second or less behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, that was close, bud. Yeah.
Yep, the answer was FNP90. So there you go.
Man, that is one ugly gun.
I like how he's like, this when he's home today, it's also P90.
I know. Patriot was telling Angry there was somebody at the door.
Very good. Congrats, Angry.
Yep. Angry. Once again, man, that makes you the tactical pop quiz hot shot of the day. Oh, man, we got to get a recording on that. It's hard to keep consistent.
All you gotta do is play record when you're about to hit it. There could be no one easier and better to do the recording than the guy who's complaining about not having recording.
Yeah, probably. I know. Then I have to figure out how to record off one to another. And
Oh, okay, I see. All right, so I guess he was saying that Heavy could get the door.
Oh, that was it. Oh, so yeah, Angry's.
All right, good movie today. Bob's gonna take this one, I guess, because it's about old people.
You what? There's a
We
movie?
like to feature a movie every day, something about guns. That's something you ain't seen in a while, or if you're young and something you ain't seen yet. Probably everybody who's been on the Netflix. This one, oh, Red, color red. But it's not about Bloods.
It's about communists?
Colors.
Well, I think there was communists in it, right?
Yeah, there was.
I think that was the bad guys.
Unless that was the second one. I don't know. There was two of them.
But it's basically like an old-fashioned. Or I mean, it's a spy comedy with like old spies who are retired.
Oh, right. Yeah. This is pretty cool, actually.
This is actually where I fell in love with the 460.
Because you can shoot
I thought you were gonna say with the old lady in the movie.
because you can shoot a RPG-7 out of the air.
Yeah. Who you calling? Oh, and then you just, yeah, that's pretty cool. I know I had already loved the lady way before this.
What is that thing hanging off the bottom of that gun?
I was looking at it. I don't know. Portrait? Oh, no, that's another trigger. So that looks like it's, is that a 12 gauge?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, they modified a 12 gauge and put it up underneath that revolver.
Yep. Coke made in Canada, of course.
Made in Canada? Oh, right on. That was
Yeah,
cool.
this is a good one. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to give this one 2 thumbs up, but I'll give Red and Red 2 a thumb up apiece. So the franchise gets 2 thumbs up. But this is a good movie.
It's interesting. I'm just gonna give it 1 because it's okay, but it wasn't the best movie or nothing. Made it or nothing.
Yeah.
It was good entertainment. I'll give it 2. Yeah, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Oh yeah, because of her.
Yeah.
She's sexy, Helen Mirren.
See, gotta listen to that now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going 2 thumbs up for it for sure. 2 hard thumbs up now.
No, they're getting weird.
Yeah, we just got weird. That's enough of the movie of the day now. Wait, almost. What the hell? Oh, it's a stock. All right, that was a movie.
But it is kind of neat, like a little different spin on a comedy, action, spy thriller movie, kind of twisty plot or whatever. And
Yeah, it's Retired and Extremely Dangerous or something like that, right?
oh, is that what Red is? Yeah, something
Yeah.
like
I
that.
think so.
But it's got like all kinds of people in it. One of those movies with all kinds of different stars in it, so they all know what they're doing. They all make a good movie, and you know it's not their first time at the rodeo, so it would have had to be an effort for them to fuck it up. Really, they all know what they're doing to make movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And it was
Good too. I like them.
it was like classic. Let's get a group of name actors and put them in a movie, and it was a decent script. I mean, I liked the premise and everything.
All right,
What was
so
that?
that's you.
Oh yeah,
All right, so that's your movie. There's your pop quiz. Let's do some history. Do you know what today is?
what's today?
Well, not only is it, I'm going to jump over to this. I'm going to jump over to the Instagrams. Because not only is it the Friday, which means it's Free Patch Friday on your websites where you get a free patch if you order something today. So go order something, some poor, any money, so order stuff. And then it's also the anniversary of the National Rifle Association, the NRA. The organization we love to hate. Chartered today in 1871, the oldest Second Amendment advocacy organization in the country. 1871.
And then Angry Sand too is the anniversary of Ladrang Valley. I think Dead Horse posted something about that too on Instagram.
Yeah, Dead Horse posted about that on Instagram as well today.
Dead Horse posted that on Instagram as well today, I think.
Patriots asking if Hudson Hawk had any firearms. The guards probably did, but the Hudson Hawk people didn't.
This is true. Generally, they do give the guards guns.
Right,
Oh,
well,
and wasn't I think it was Article of Confederacy too was today in 1777.
I don't know.
Where are we at now?
I'm looking to see. Looks like in 1800, the 6th Congress convenes for the first time in Washington, D.C., so I don't know what that's. Doesn't seem like a big a deal. The 6th Congress? Maybe it was the 1st Congress. In 1869, the Suez Canal was formally opened. 9.
Oh, that's interesting.
Today, the first ship sailed through the Panama Canal in 1914. So, however many years later, 70, 40-something years later, the first ship sailed through the Panama Canal.
That's the one that wouldn't have got finished except for Teddy. Because while Congress was dithering on whether they should take it over, he just went and did it.
1931, Charles Lindbergh inaugurates Pan Am service from Cuba to South America in a flying boat. So 1931, they just started figuring out how to fly between basically Central and South America, I guess. Or at least Pan Am.
Yeah, they were doing it for years independently because I think right after World War I, they started flying across the ocean and stuff. So.
1967, the American Surveyor 6 made a 6-second flight to the moon, first liftoff on the lunar surface. Later, the Soviet Moon 17 touched down for the first time on the moon. So we figured out how to fly 3 years. We figured out how to fly off of the moon 3 years before the Russians got to the moon.
Yeah, that was actually amazing. The Russians had such a lead in rocketry for a while. But you guys caught up? Of course, you know, the third country to put a satellite in space was Canada, right?
Is that because such a high pile of games? Actually, they just defend the so high gravity affecting it.
Yeah, it looks like the Canadian internet censors took care of G-Webs for me.
Am I getting
You
roboted?
You were
Oh, yeah, you're breaking up on my end too a little bit.
Looks like today is 1938, the date of Gordon Lightfoot. Another Canadian, right?
Yep. You see what happened? We talked about 9mm.
And out of nowhere, the right answer appeared before your eyes.
And the answer was to end the show.
That's right. Just
well, I have been, you know, viewed as the cherry on top of the cake, so to speak.
I don't know by who, Dano, but whoever they are, you should continue to.
Oh, you're killing me.
It's his birthday.
Yep, Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah, he had some.
Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yep. So they did find that ship eventually, eh?
We heard that song, I'm sure. There's no guns in that song, though, I don't think. All right, well. Remember, it's Free Patch Friday, so if you can buy something, you get free patch.
Hey, cool.
And speaking of buying things, I actually purchased something. I passed this along to people out there. Website I never heard of before, has a lot of unique tools, whether you're a gunsmith or you just like fooling around with guns, whether that's AR, AK, 1911, Glock, Smith & Wesson, Ruger, reloading stuff called SquirrelDaddy.com out of Indiana. So check it out. It's a very unique online store as far as the types of tools, things that are normally difficult to find, and at reasonably good prices. So SquirrelDaddy.com for your unique tools, whether it's for your AR that you're thinking about putting together, or your 1911 you're thinking about, you know, getting further into, or your Glock, your Ruger, your Smith, or simple, you know, reloading components. I was looking for a better pin because my lead pins keep bending, and no, I'm not torquing down on the screw. So I was looking for an alternative rather than just replacing a lead pin with a lead pin that also bends. So anyway, check out SquirrelDaddy.com.
The advertisement was brought to you by Dano.
It saves me from making a video.
Oh. All right. So yeah, let's talk about. So, what are we looking at for the next? Gun show loophole tour or gun shop tour. Is that coming up anytime soon?
Well, you mean the ones that we got home from the other day? So yeah, we'll be going to Phoenix for the Small Arms Review Show.
Sounds good.
Coming up next weekend.
Now, is there going to be a special information reveal before that show or no?
What does that mean?
I don't know. There was just a rumor of things not to be discussed. So I thought maybe that there was an upcoming special announcement.
Actually, if they're not supposed to be discussed, Dano, why are you talking about it?
You know what I mean? Not that kind of stuff.
I don't know what you mean, so no, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, we have exciting, awesome things always, right? That's what it's all about.
And it's the weekend after next, the first weekend in December.
So not tomorrow, but the weekend after that, right? Next weekend?
Not, wait, it's this week? No, next week is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving weekend?
No,
Okay.
after Thanksgiving weekend.
After Thanksgiving. Okay, so we got this weekend, and next weekend is Thanksgiving, and then it's the weekend after that, and that's when it is.
Yeah.
Right. It's
I thought
a
it was
day after Thanksgiving.
when is Thanksgiving?
A Thursday?
Yeah, not this weekend, next week.
The 23rd? Yeah, it has nothing to do with it. It's the first weekend in September, so it'll be the first and the second and the third.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got that settled now. I think we're pretty much wrapped up here, and we're running right on the hour.
Somebody tapping their foot, waiting to go to the pee-pee?
No, why are you?
No, it's like suddenly you're taking command of the show, which you never do.
I'm not. Oh, geez, Dano, you've been missing the shows because we're trying to keep them on an hour.
Yeah, well, I got 11:59. I don't know about you. We're not over yet.
Yeah, by the time we get done with all the hoopla we always go through at the end, we will be.
Is your quote that long?
Yes, it is. Today I've got
Okay. I got 12 o'clock. It's all over.
3.5 paragraphs of quote.
Take her home.
And it's like 30 seconds. So, all right. So we got a quote today, and today it's by Winston Churchill. Wonderful man. But before that, I just want to remind everybody, please like, share, subscribe, which my saying that reminds me to go and thumb it up. So like, share, subscribe. If you can, support us on Patreon. Our link will be at the bottom of the show description. So that would be really cool. Every dollar you spend or send to us is going to just help make the show better and help us get out to different places to review them and stuff. So anyway, on that note, let's get along with our quote. And like I say, it's by Winston Churchill. I am prepared to meet my maker. Whether my maker is prepared for the great ordeal of meeting me is another matter. Winston Churchill had a way with words. So thanks everybody for watching and listening. And we're going to see y'all Monday. All right. Bye, guys.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.
Later that night when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Anvil Fitzgerald.